Shree Ganesha Sharada Gurubhyo Namaha. Sindhuraruna Vigraham Trinayanam Manikyamaulispurat Taranayaka Shekharam Smitamukhim Apinamakshurham Panibhyam Alipurna Ratna Chashakam Raktotpanam Bibhratim Soumyam Ratna Ghadastha Rakta Charanam Dhyayet Param Ambikam. Welcome to all for this session on Lalitopakhyanam. In the previous chapter, we have seen Bhandasura, along with Vishanga and Vishukra, has divided his army of 3000 Akshohini into three parts, taking 1000 Akshohini with each of them. All three went to Devaloka, Bhuloka, and the Patalaloka and sucked up the life giving vital fluid, vital liquid, the Rasa, from the bodies of all the Devathas, Manavas, and the Sarpas. So, because of that reason, all of them started losing the vital fluid from their body, and with that, the adharma started prevailing over everywhere while the dharma started losing its capability. While on one side, the people of Shunyakanagara, under the leadership of Bhandasura, were becoming more and more stronger, and because of attack by Bhandasura on all the three worlds, people across the three worlds started losing all their capabilities, all their powers, because their vital liquid is being dried up, and the entire Srishti is getting dried up. Hearing this story, Agastya asked Hayagreva, O Ashwanana, I have heard from you about the birth of Bhandasura and his retinue, and the ghastly manner in which they drank up the rasa from all the three worlds, disguised in invisible forms. I am eager to learn who subdued and destroyed Bhanda and his Dhanavas, and how it was made possible in spite of Rudra's boons. Hayagreva replied to him, Banda's victims in the three worlds got together with a view to discover a method for bringing about the downfall of Banda with his kith and kin. Brahma, Indra, and his Dikpalas, Manu, Prahlada. From Prahlada was from the netherworld, from the Patalaloka. Manu was from the Bhuloka. Charana Siddhas, Guhyakas, and others unanimously came to the conclusion that they should all go in a body to Lord Vishnu, reclining on the limitless ocean of milk, and surrender themselves to his will. So they all proceeded as one man and reached the abode of Vishnu. There they found the Lord of Vaikunta also sad at the demise of his son Madana, because in the past the Madana was burned down to ashes, and the consequent separation from his spouse Lakshmi on that account. Because Madana was killed and was burned down to ashes, even Lakshmi had quit her husband and she walked away. So he was in a state of a sad mood. Although reclining in a lethargic state on his Sheshatalpa, Lord Vishnu cheerfully welcomed the visitors, divining their purpose. He was moved with pity at their pale complexions, lackluster looks, and listless movements. Deeply concerned at their evil fate, which had not made an exception of him either, he said to them, All of you are welcome. Are you well? Alas, your faces are faded. Your complexion lacks the luster. Your eyes are filled with tears. Your bodies are weak and emaciated. Alas, the very sight of you fills me with concern. All happiness and joy had their abode in you. Where do they dwell now? Because earlier the joy was visible on their faces. Now where it has all gone? Strength and energy issued forth from you only. How have you forsaken you now? how they have been forsaken now. All the strength and energy had gone. Power and plenty had always been your birthright, and how they have vanished from their very source. Where has the effulgence of the Devathas gone? Where is their might and magnificence? It is this Bhandasura alone who has been responsible for your present state. Alas, he is most powerful because of the boons he had obtained from Shiva. Even now, he and his subjects are very loyal and faithful to Shiva in daily worship, and this adds to his strength, making him invincible. Because though he was making the people across the three world to lose all the vital fluids and thereby their strength and capabilities, he himself and his people in Shunyakanagara, they are still worshipping Shiva, and because of that reason, day by day, they are becoming more stronger. He has also absorbed the energy, vitality, and virility in every one of you. Lo, the Deva of fire who tried to be so resplendent before, how dark and shrunk he looks now, alas. The fierce looking lord of time that and dharma, Yama, who used to make the world tremble at his approach, now holds his sword and noose in such feeble hand that the weapons themselves appear as symbols of peace rather than those of chastisement. The same fate has overtaken the Yishti of Yaksharaja. Alas, what can I say of Bhandasura's might that has reduced all these great and mighty beings to this pitiable plight? Why should I speak of others only? Look at me. He has caused estrangement even between me and Lakshmi, not sparing even animals, birds, and trees. Banda now reigns supreme in all the three worlds, the sole Lord and sovereign indeed. Although we are responsible for the creation, maintenance, and destruction of all that exists within this solar system, we too could not escape from the Bhanda's blight. Because of the boons received from Shiva, no one within this solar system can oppose Bhandasura, and he has very effectively subdued them indeed. But there is still one hope for us, because there is Maha Shambhu who exists beyond this globe and dwells outside this space of ours. His mighty, all enveloping body is of a true Swarupa, of the essence of pure consciousness, and is untouched by Bhandasura. He alone can devise the mode of vanquishing our powerful enemy. Let us appeal to him and pray for help. There is no other way left for us. So saying, Lord Vishnu escorted them to the edge of our space, to the outer limits of our solar system, but were unable to proceed further. The spaceless area beyond the edge of Bhutakasha was too dense and heavy to be penetrated even by the strongest living being. At gathering together the Devathas, 100 years for their concerted effort to form a sort of tunnel through spacelessness. This they entered and were soon in the presence of the negation of matter finer than their tanmatras. There dwelt only the solidified consciousness for the Purusha who is Sat Chit Ananda, rising beyond normal consciousness of Anantakaranas, Antakaranas, which are inactive in the spaceless, formless, unthinkable state of Mahashambhu. Vishnu and others began to pray to him for grace and mercy. So, in this part of the story, we have seen how all the gods and the people across the three worlds they were suffering because Bhandasura and his army had sucked the vital fluid from their body, and they all went to Vishnu to save them. And Vishnu himself was also suffering because of the death of Madana, his son, as well the as well Lakshmi, who had left him as an effect of Bhandasura's work. So, because of that reason, he consoled all the Devathas and told that the only hope for them is Maha Shambhu, who is residing beyond this space where Bhandasura had created his effect. So they all came to the edge of the universe where they could able to find Maha Shambhu, and they started praying him. Namaste Sharada Devi Kashmira Puravasini Twamaham Prarthaye Nityam Vidya Danancha Dehime. Goodbye.